I'm reading something here in the comment section. You know, you guys, you know how to burst my bubble. I'm saying that in a masculine sense. It is a kind of it's kind of a slang, but you know how to burst my bubble in a good way. The person saying here, uh, Reginald Ross, blessings, Dr. Prasad, the champion. I like that. It's good for my ego. Thank you. If you think I'm a champion, I appreciate that. Well, let's make sure that I am a champion and have my predictions materialize. All my prophecy come to pass. Well, I had prophesied in 2024-25 that our dear president shall retain and extend his tenure as president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. That prophecy came true. I did prophesy that Ashley Mohammed will be on the plane bound for Florida. That will come true. Then I can say, yes, I am the champion. But the struggle keeps getting stronger and tighter and impossible to bribe away for the Mohammeds. More trouble, more pressure, more impossibilities. And Judge Judy is removed. What do you know? I guess after all, Anil Nandalal is doing his job. Vice President Barajagdio is letting the country understand, I ain't the president. I am the president. So don't refer to me as President Jagdio because I can't help you. I can't help you. I'm not the president. Welcome to the Uncensored Guyana show. I am Dr. L. Prasad, the champion, based on the person in the comment section there. Come on, fellas. Come on, ladies. You'll make me blush now. Everybody now is saying you will always be a champion. Okay, keep it coming. Okay, fine. Keep it coming. I like the word champion. It meant I succeeded at something. What, you stop now? Now is not a time to stop. Keep the champion talk coming. I like it. After all, I represent the PPP. I'm a rogue PPP pundit, representative, shadow Home Affairs Minister. Nothing official, unofficial. I appoint myself. I have to celebrate. It's not too often I have a chance to de-stress. So now I have the opportunity to de-stress. I am projecting this positivity via this broadcast so that all of you can become contaminated with something good. Something good. We ain't giving up, Judge Judy. Mm-mm-mm. We ain't giving up, Ali. Mm-mm-mm. We ain't giving up, Jack Dio. Mm-mm-mm. That belongs to we. You can take Shell. Mm-mm-mm. You can take Azrudin. Mm-mm-mm. You can take Henna. Mm-mm-mm. They are not from we. Where do I start? I want to read something for you. From a Facebook page, a post. Let me read it. Not the whole thing, but just the part so you get the message. Paper Shorts was murdered for his involvement in transporting one of Azrudin Mohamed's side bitch to take some dick from Roger Khan. Paper Shorts, Fagundes, what's his name? Full name is Ricardo Fagundes. Ricardo Fagundes was murdered in no mistaken identity. He was targeted. He was put on the hit list. Guns were hired to take him out. And Roger Khan. They missed Roger Khan, so they get the next person closest to Roger Khan. Allegedly, this is one of the reasons, besides jealousy, besides territory, besides wanting to possess properties that belonged to Roger Khan, besides all of that, this is not just about a woman. It's bigger than that. You're not going to put a hit on a man just because the man is fucking some bitch that you're fucking that everybody else is fucking. No, it may seem like it's about a woman, but it's not. Don't give women that power. Nah, don't give them that power. This is bigger than a pussy, a street pussy, that anybody with some money could hit. This is land, property, territory. That's what it's about. And who would have the audacity, the means, the resources to put hits on people who are their rivals? Who? Who is the number one mastermind for assassinations in Guyana? Who was? And still is. Allegedly, Azrudin Mohamed, the number one culprit. So according to what's circulating on social media for a long time, folks, let me say this. This ain't today. All of these things you're seeing resurfacing on social media, it's not today. It's not something that is yesterday or fabricated, concocted. No, don't worry about that. This was since 2021. During the COVID, during the lockdown period, when they had all these social distancings, there were only a few people who, because of their money, they were able to roam, go anywhere, nobody interrogate them, nobody stopped them. The Mohammed's family and their associates were one of the peoples, some of the peoples, who could have gone anywhere. They had access. So they could have seen what people were doing, spying on other people, who is running where, who is going where. He had his people on the ground, spying on the women that he's fucking. I can't understand a man with that limited capacity, a man who is sexually deformed, sexually incapacitated, impotent, incompetent, having all those women, to the point where he had to have his security guards police those women, spy on them. I don't understand. What is wrong with you women, man? I don't. What the fuck is wrong with women? Seriously, man. Just because a man has a bunch of Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and he drives you from his house, your house, to the hotel or wherever it is, and that's it. Do you actually get an orgasm just sitting on the leather in a Lamborghini? I mean, I can understand your pussy gets wet, but when you go to the room with that asshole and that fool takes his clothes off, and you look at the granny panties that he is wearing, you would think he has an oversized clitoris. Fuck, I mean, how could you even begin to fantasize that, oh my God, this is what you're going to open your legs for? You might as well tell him, listen, buddy, listen, just finger me. Just finger me. At least I can feel something with your finger. Suck on the clitoris. You know, the clit that is longer than your dick. Suck on the clitoris and use the finger and stimulate the inside. At least, don't comment. Don't. Is that how desperate a lot of you women are desperate, that you would suffer yourself the agony of sleeping with a man that has not even the average size. The average size penis is 6 inches. 6 inches. That is the average size. God bestowed that on mankind. From the time you have, during the conception, your mother starts to feel funny. Your mother starts to feel like she likes your father, or she loves the man that is, then she knows it's a boy child. What is assigned biologically to boy fetuses is the capacity not less than 6 inches when it is fully erect. Even the Chinese have that bestowed upon them. If you, as a man, somehow inherited below 6 inches, 4 inches, that's a curse. That is not biological. It's a curse. It meant that something you have done in a previous life, maybe like being a bank robber, you were cursed from a previous sinful life, or the sins of the father visited the unborn scunt. So Azradine, your deformity with your penis is because of the sins of Shell. All the crimes Shell would have committed before you were born, it has resulted in you being incapacitated when it comes to having an actual manly penis. Would you have the penis of a 6-year-old boy? No wonder you're so angry and arrogant, and you need all of these so-called luxury vehicles to distract the women when you take your clothes off, if you ever do. The women that go with you, Azradine, they can't be lesbians. Because lesbians, they want to feel that they're sucking on something. Clitoris. But with you yourself should be a transgender. Or maybe you are. I can understand justifiable sex change for you, Azradine. In federal prison, let's hope that Donald Trump is flexible and he can reinstate the policy where men can transition while in prison. He got rid of that. But in your case, Azruddin, you would have the opportunity to just do the sex change. Do yourself a favor. Stop living like a man who is sad, bitter, angry, and jealous of other men. For heaven's sake, man, you're going to orchestrate the murder of two individuals over a pussy? This is why nobody believes it was about that woman. Nobody believes it was about that woman. Because you have your wife. How would you kill other men because of a side chick? They weren't fucking your wife. Side chick. When you have a side chick, everybody else is fucking the side chick. You can't be angry with that. She knows you got a wife. She wants her own man, and her own man came out of prison after 10 years. He still wants the pussy. She still wants the dick. So Roger Khan probably had a dick. And the 10 years that Roger Khan spent in prison, all he had to do for 10 years is massage his dick, play with it. He ain't got pussy. And Roger Khan is a straight man. I've never heard anything about Roger Khan with no homo stuff. He is straight. So he spent 10 years jerking his dick off. So that dick would have gotten a lot of exercise. Maybe it grew half inch. So if the woman was used to 6 inches, and then you with 3 inches, and then she heard that the 6 inches is back on the street, and she's fantasizing, wow, 10 years with no pussy? Let me go see if he still wants to sample this. Azruddin Mohammed, you should have read the room. Why would you kill? Allegedly. Because you're not convicted yet. Why would you orchestrate the execution style killing of two prominent Guyanese? Say what you want about Roger Khan. He is a prominent Guyanese. He was before he was in prison. A well-known, prominent Guyanese. He contributed to the economy. And he was not accused of tax evasion. He wasn't sentenced because he owed the Guyanese government or the Guyanese people tax. That was not the case. The man paid his taxes. He gave lots of opportunities to people with businesses, more than you, Azruddin. More than you. But Roger Khan wasn't running for office. He had no interest in politics. He was just a businessman. Ricardo Fagundes was a sports enthusiast. The man won trophies for his country. Roger Khan possibly sponsored the guy. You know all of this, Azruddin. Why would you want to orchestrate and then you are using... When I gotta jump into that direction, this is where my anger bubble begins to burst. My anger bubble begins to burst. Black men, oh motherfucker, man. Black men, for hell's sake, can't you, it's better for you to become a slave and work for free, just food and lodging, than for you to become a slave to money where you are always a hired gun. To take a life of another one with no justification, you have to be a person without a soul. At least the person who ordered the hit had a soul that he himself ain't gonna go and take the gun and shoot the person. He can get a nigger to do it. Because niggers don't have souls. They're empty vessels. They're lifeless. They walk around looking for an opportunity to get shot and be killed. Black people, black men, can't you enough with this fucking shit, man? This in paper shorts issue. Every time you have an assassination, every time you have a murder, every time you have a brutal killing, 99% are executed by black men. Every time. It is sickening, man. Sickening. Any leasting. You go to the ghetto, or you have a staff, security, they like to handle guns. You give them some money, you make a story up, you discredit the victim, make him look like he deserves what's coming to him, and them niggas would volunteer. They would take on that pain on themselves, as if the person did that to them. The way they murdered Paper Short, you would think that Paper Shorts was fucking the wives of those niggas that pulled the trigger. You would think it's their wives he was fucking. When you saw that video circulating around social media of how they perform with those guns, going up and shooting, making sure they registered every bullet, 20. You would think that Paper Shorts fuck their daughters, fuck their wives, and bugger their sons. That he deserved what was coming. You would think the man did that the way those niggas were shooting that man. You would think that. And now their family, their fucking low-life family, coming on the news, going on their knees. Oh, God is great. Really? Really? God is great? You think because Mohammed hired his lawyers and paid for their bail, you think God intervened? You niggas are so fucking stupid. Your brother, your relatives are accused of murdering people, and you want them to escape justice because God is great. You are praying. Let me spend some time on that. They like to do that kind of shit, you know. They love to do that. When the police go and arrest black people for crime, when the police shoot down black people because of what they did, their relatives that they left behind are always crying. He's innocent. He's a good boy. He never give anybody any trouble. He's nice to the neighborhood. When he walks around, he greets everybody. And the same neighborhood that he greets, he breaks into their homes and steal their stuff. He sends other criminals to rob from the neighborhood. Look what happened to that East Indian man in the quarantine yesterday. Him, his wife, and his 2 daughters and his children. Look what happened to him. And if the police find those people that did it and shoot them down on the street, their relatives are going to come and say, oh my gosh, this is injustice. This is police brutality. Oh, it's a racist government. It's Jagnio and Ali sent them to kill black people. They were nice to the neighborhood. Yeah. Nice to the neighborhood, but they went and they robbed one of their neighborhood. Beat him in his head. Attempt to rape his daughter and his wife. Yes. That's the nice son and relatives and brother and uncles that you niggas like to talk good about until they're caught in these acts. Until then. So Paper Shorts was murdered by a nasty-minded little penis, whining little bitch, who, because of his impossibilities of the billions that he says he has, and that he think he can bribe any nigger in the police force. You see what they're doing now, Ajudin? The same man that you alleged to have bribed, or that is alleged that you have bribed, Caesar, with 30 million Guyana dollars. He's the same man who has to solve the case. The same man. So if it is true that you bribed Caesar to kill that case since 2021, and all these press conferences, all these international whatever, who came out and say, well, nothing was found, nobody was suspected of committing this crime. You're telling me a crime was committed on camera, where multiple eyewitnesses filmed, documented, and gave testimony on. And organizations are going to come out and say, no suspects. When two of the suspects tied to that case mysteriously died, and the rest now are being pursued. And you are referring the public, Ajudin, to the past when some shitty newscast and shitty organization said no crime was committed. You have no involvement. Yeah, well, all that was staged. And the authorities realized it was all staged. Now, it's real business. Now, so the same detective and commander, whatever, Caesar, who according to the street, you paid to quiet the case or kill the case, he is now tasked to solve it. You lost your money. Ajudin. That's why you don't bribe police. You don't bribe police. Everything I say on this program is allegedly. You don't bribe police. Because when the police have to save their own ass, they're going to arrest you. They need to save their jobs and their pension, and they don't want to go to jail. Police thinking about prison time with all them criminals and them niggas that they put there for them to go become a part of that prison population. They would sell you if they have to sell you to save their own asses from prison. So if it is true that you bribed Caesar, he gonna send your ass to jail before he goes. So don't turn now on Caesar. Don't turn on Caesar now, Ajudin. That's the worst you can do, but you have done it already. You pissed off Caesar. You did. $15 million to murder two people and $30 million to quiet it. $30 million to quiet the story. So the life of Paper Short, and I guess with all the sins they're accusing Roger Kahn of, all the sins, they fingered Roger Kahn and all kinds of shit. God spared him. If Roger Kahn was as evil as they say he is, don't you think God's presence would not have protected him? Don't you think Mohammed would have gotten to him also? So I guess Roger Kahn did something good in his childhood days. Maybe the fact that Roger Kahn used to give a lot of charity and never one day came in front of the camera and talked about it. Nobody knew the charity Roger Kahn was giving out. Nobody knew. Maybe that's what spared him. God said, this is a good man. Unfortunately, Fagundes wasn't spared. They made sure that they killed Fagundes. 15 million. That's the price of 2 lives. Ajudin, 15 million Guyana dollars. Let me tell you why it is alleged that you have put that price hit on these men. Because you know black thugs are some lowlifes. You could have just offered 5 million, they would do it. Give them a gun or guns, make them feel invincible and powerful. They never saw $1 million in their life, and they're getting 5 million to kill people. They ain't got to work for it, just pull a trigger. And 15 million, 3 persons, 5 million each. They'll do it. They would do it. But my thing is, with you, Ajudin Mohamed, that's the price you put on the lives of men like yourself. You're putting hit on people for that cheap, and you are a multi-billionaire? I mean, come on, man. Is it because black men are so easy to hire? They're cheap? They're like Chinese products? Ladies and gentlemen, those of us who are standing up for justice, we're standing up for justice where it matters. Where it matters. All the other so-called cases that people are talking about, they're all connected. They're all connected. The very cases that the same man, the same evil man, Ajudin Mohamed, has pointed out. If the detectives, and if they want to bring in the FBI, like they love to talk about the FBI and all these other foreign intelligence agencies, if they must get involved, they would tie all of these murders to Mohammed's enterprise. All of these murders, especially the ones that were associated with the Phantom Squad. The Phantom Squad was black men being paid to murder black men. That was the Phantom Squad. Black men hired to murder other black men. It continues today. Black men are being hired to rob, murder, rape, and terrorize other people. Same thing. How is this a PPP thing? When when Ajudin Mohamed was fingered in Paper Short's murder, it was 2021, 2022, 2023. When did Ajudin Mohamed decide to get into politics? 2025. 2025. The family of Ricardo Fagundes and all those other people that the question mark over their children's death, they were fighting for justice for 5 years. 5 years. The Mohammeds keep silencing. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So don't fall for this shit that because he decided to enter politics and he's the only threat to the PPP and all this nonsense, they're reopening their Paper Shorts case. No, it has always been open. It has always been open. But the way the law works, they want you to think you get away with it. It gives them a chance to do better investigation. When you think that, okay, nothing is happening, this case is dead, that's when they are doing their fine tuning. What is now evident is that the law in Guyana, our trusted Guyana police force, not Irfan Ali, Irfan Ali does not control the Guyana police force. He don't give them orders. Neither does the Attorney General. Neither is the Home Affairs Minister. I said it many times. The Home Affairs Minister is a woman. Niggas don't take orders from women. The Guyana police force is a force dominated from top to bottom by men, black men. Egotistical, arrogant black men. They don't take orders from women. It doesn't matter who the fuck she is. They don't. So not even the Home Affairs Minister could tell them to open Paper Short's case. Not even her. They wouldn't listen to her. Paper Short's case, like many other murder cases, was always active. That's why they could have gotten the one the other day when the Suriname authorities arrested him and deported him to Guyana. They wanted to murder the lady from Linden. He thought it's done, but they were busy with it. So what's happening with the Paper Shorts case? It's justice closing in. Closing in. The same thing with the Americans. They have been investigating the Mohameds for a long time. For a long time, they made it known, 2016, 2017, they made it known. But it wasn't then it started. Look when they indicted the Mohameds, 2025. 2017 to 2025 is how many years? Almost 8 years. After, then they indicted the Mohameds. And he wants you to believe that killing Paper Shorts in 2021 and now in 2026, they're closing in on the case. It's some close and close and reopen case. No, investigation is always active. So the issue here is because he has nowhere to run, he, Azrin Mohammed, had to go into his pocket and secure lawyers for his former employee. Tell me something, folks. All the employers watching me right now, all the companies, all the business people who hires people, who fires people, tell me which employer, after firing a staff, and that staff got into trouble, is going to take his money, his company's money, to hire a lawyer for an ex-employee. Who does that? Who? Unless he is implicated. And to save his own ass, he might as well save his employee. He has two options. Try to take out the current suspects, like the way they took out the previous two, or use his lawyers to fight so that they don't get a conviction and they don't go to trial and they don't get more evidence that will implicate him. Because the Mohammeds are directly implicated in this Pagondas murder, this is why Azruddin had stumped up. He stumped up $3 million for each of the persons that are under investigation and that were booked and charged. Why would you be put on station bail? If there's no credible evidence and the station recorded some offense, whatever it is, in their books, why would they put you on station bail? It's because they have enough information to hold your ass there. Station bail means you can go out while they get their thing together to rearrest you and remand you, put you before a judge. The fact that these men didn't walk free, they were put on bail, station bail. It's not good for Azrudin Mohammed. He had to pay the bill. He had to take the lawyer. If you have nothing to do with these men and their crimes, why are you involved? Why are you on social media campaigning for them, cussing out the president for them, fighting for them, calling for justice for murderers? Why? I've never seen you did that before, Azrudin. Never. But men who commit a high-profile murder, who are suspects in this case, you are tying your opposition seat to suspected murderers? Manzoor Nadir, the leader of the opposition, is securing lawyers for accused murderers, paying for their bail, hiring lawyers for them, and you want the Guyanese public to think that you are innocent, Azrudin? Then step aside. Let the justice do its job. As you said, you have no issues with the case being reopened. Okay, then don't say anything about it. The cops didn't come to your place. The police did not invite you, Azrudin, to the station. They didn't send a warrant out for you. You're not in a wanted bulletin. There's nothing official to say that you are implicated in the murder of Paper Shirts. So why are you implicating yourself? Azrudin Mohammed, why are you implicating yourself? You're paying for lawyers, you're paying for station bail. This is why Guyanese know you are the main suspect. You are the mastermind. You did it. This is why you're nervous. You want to politicize this thing now. Because you leak farm footage, the president sent people to open Paper Shorts murder. We shall see. And it ain't getting better for you. It's not getting better for you. As you have seen, and I guess you were told, because based on your relationship, allegedly, with Judge Judy, now Chief Justice Judy, you must have been told that she shall be removed from your case. She's now the Chief Justice. Yes. She would not be presiding. She shall not, Your Honor, would not be presiding over that case anymore. She is fired from your case, Azrudin. Fired. She's now the Chief Justice responsible for the administration of the court system, the magistrate system. She ain't got time to babysit your stupid ass anymore. She's now the Chief Magistrate. Chief Magistrate. Good news for law and order in Guyana. Maybe that's what the CCJ was waiting on. Maybe the CCJ had a notch that, hey, Judy is going to be removed from this Azrudin extradition case. I don't know who would be presiding over it, but it wouldn't be her. Let's wait until Judy is removed. And she's Chief Magistrate now. So therefore, somebody else would have to deal with this case. And let's hope that the Mohameds didn't get to them yet. So it's not announced who the magistrate will be that will be presiding over this case. It's not announced. Not even the Mohameds lawyers know who it is. They would have to try to penetrate all the magistrates in the Region 4 district, all of them, and try to corrupt all of them in case one of them are selected to deal with this case. It doesn't look good for you, Mohammed. Now you're going to blame the PPP. Magistrate Judy was recommended since 2021 by the Judicial Service Commission for Chief Magistrate's position. It is not to get her out of the way when it comes to dealing with the Mohameds case. Mohamed, you're not that special. The state doesn't have that resource of time to spend behind you and your stupidity and your nonsense. Magistrate Judy had to leave. It was a process. It takes time. So she had a choice to say, no, I refuse, Chief Magistrate, because I want to stay and deal with this Azradine case. You can give it to somebody else. But instead, she's like, what? Chief Magistrate? That's a step ahead. That is a promotion. I will take it. If what is said on the street is true, Judy may have gone into her telephone and say, well, contacts, T. Mohammed, Azradine, Lamborghini, Shell, Mohammed Enterprise, block, 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 block. She had to do that. Because you can't risk that position now. Chief Magistrate, you got to be as clean, more clean than a whistle. She would want nothing to do with anything that has a criminal stench to it. As Chief Magistrate, she's going to block every one of them, say, hey, I don't know you. Because a Chief Magistrate position is a very, very important position. Anytime you fuck up, it can land you in jail. Your license suspended, you are disbarred, and you go to prison. You are shamed for the rest of your life. If you, as a Chief Magistrate, fuck up or is fingered in anything nasty, you're done. You're done. Your whole career is over. Your best option is suicide. So when lawyers and judges and magistrates advance and they are exalted to certain positions, they cut ties. They cut ties with everything that will compromise that position. They have to secure the credibility of that position now. They stop going to certain places. They stop associating with certain people. They become nuns when they're women. They become nuns. They're more faithful to their husbands. They're more community oriented. They have to live a certain life because you can't afford to screw up when you are a justice. It's like being a priest. The highest order. You got to be perfect. It ain't easy. And the likes of you, Mohammed, you and your family, those judges will stay far as possible from the likes of you. So Judge Judy, based on my information, would no longer be presiding over the extradition case of the Mohammeds. It will go to another magistrate. We don't know who it is. That means the Mohammeds are fucked. Officially buried. You think it's Paper Short's conviction alone you have to worry about, Azradine? You're done. Blame it on the farm. Blame it on the farm. Yeah, yeah. You gotta blame it on something. Blame it on the farm at Sue's Dyke. Paper shorts, now Judy. Just give yourself up, man. Mohammed, give yourself up. You can't fake your debt. Where are you going to go? How are you going to fake it? You can't leave the country. The government has the Brazilian borders, the borders to Brazil. The government has that. America is in control of Venezuela. They just had a terrible earthquake. You can't go to Colombia. They have a crisis right now. Yeah. Suriname, forget it. Forget it. Like I said before, the cops in Suriname, they don't like criminals, especially the ones from Guyana. They don't like criminals. So don't even think about it. I can't think of a better place for you to go, Ajudin. Ajudin Mohammed, I cannot think of a better place for you to go than the American embassy in Guyana. The FBI is there, the CIA is there, NSA is there. They're all there. They have an office there. Interpol is also there. That's the best place you can go. You'll be safe. Guyana justice system can't get to you there. That is sovereignty. The grounds of the embassy is sovereign grounds. It's protected by the US Constitution. Walk yourself in with your father at Water Street, Georgetown, to the United States Embassy. Then you're safe from the prosecution of the Fagundes case. All you have to deal with is the 12 sins of the Lamb. All you got to deal with is the 19 counts of the indictment. The 19 count indictment, that's all you have to deal with. I mean, worry about. So don't let it get to you. Take my advice. But right now, you have a heavy, hard fall that is coming your way. The louder your stupid voice gets, is the bigger your public embarrassment. The louder is the bigger. You can't apologize now. You can't call Irfan Ali now. You can't call Jagbio now. And Anil Nandalal wants to clear his name, that he has no association with helping you. So he's making it absolutely clear. Justice will be served. Who's on your side? Campbell? Who? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Let them scrapes who you think got your back. They like to come and cuss out and ridicule and all kinds of shit they like to come and say and do. Let them protect you. Because no other politician will do it. Odessa Primus, Tabitha Haley, what happened to the one that you betrayed? Amanza Walter Desir. She's pretty quiet. She's mighty quiet. Because nobody wants association with you, Ajudin. Too many baggages. It's no longer a closet, man. You are now in the open. Your skeletons have dismantled themselves and put themselves in baggages, and it's too many to carry. It's like a whole weight of an elephant. Nobody wants to take that burden. You are standing alone. Your sister is quiet too because her citizenship is threatened. Her American citizenship is threatened. So she, her husband, nobody, Ajudin. Crime don't pay. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill. Shit don't work like that. Every sin shall be punished. Every sin. I know it is painful for you to see that you have to go and leave all them riches, all them fancy vehicles and suits and ties, and you have to go and leave it. I understand. But that's the consequences of crime. That's the consequences of crime. At least you are still alive to regret it. Paper Shorts is not alive. Your employee that was shot because he stole some gold, he's not alive. That little boy at Demerara there by the riverside, he is not alive. He's not alive. All those other people that were killed, that you were accused of having a hand in it, they are not alive. You're still there to cry out your innocence, but the law is the law. And the same Guyana police force that you used to talk about and always talk about covering up crime. Remember you said that? The guy that died in the police custody, allegedly, where you said that the police beat him and got him this peritonitis. Remember you accused the police of corruption, of covering up? Oh yeah, we didn't forget that. The internet doesn't forget. You are one of the loudest voice that criticizes constantly the Guyana police force. But now the Guyana police force is delivering justice one victim at a time. And just because all the fingers is pointing at you, now the police is bad. Now the police is being controlled by the government. All the time they weren't doing their job. Now they decide to do their job and they're bad. Only because you are the culprit. We ain't got time with that. What we have time with, why I decide to spend time on that, is so Guyanese understand all the distractions that Ajudin keeps bringing online and posting and sharing or whatever it is because of this. The Paper Shorts investigation, the fact that the police was closing in on him. He was in a haste every day looking for some propaganda every day to distract and to bring sympathy to himself. When he realized that all the things he pushed did not distract justice, did not stop the process, he decided to do a press conference with himself alone to talk about the Paper Shorts investigation. It was all about that. All the politicking, propagandizing was to quiet the public's interest in the Paper Shorts investigation. It didn't work. So he alone on his press conference, no media, no reporter, no journalist to question him. In his office, a place where niggers are not allowed, he put the camera, got somebody to type something for him and send it via an email, put it in the teleprompter, and reading it. That was the way he addressed the Paper Shorts issue. Normal people like Jagdeo, Campbell, I was going to say Norton, but Norton ain't normal. He's an alcoholic. The guy has to drink for every press conference, so we can't use him. Norton is a bad example. I'm not promoting alcohol here. Let's use Campbell. He's a friend of the government. He likes Ali. Ali likes him. When Campbell is having the opposition leader, Terence Campbell, When Terence Campbell is doing a press conference, there's a whole team of them. There are lots of cameras in the room. There are lots of reporters there. That is the way normal opposition leaders and opposition party communicate with the public. That's how they do it. Azruddin is a one-man show, him and his sister. So when he has a press conference, it's some drone shot from somewhere or in his office with his fake trophies, pushing propaganda, cussing out the president. That's his press conference. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for believing in your government's capacity to serve justice to every victim. Every victim. Stand by your president. We can't allow any more Azruddins to rise up. We got to be vigilant, circumspect, and understand that Guyana's democracy is at stake. We shall not ever again allow anything the likes of Azruddin Mohamed to penetrate our politics and cause this chaos like he has caused in the past 9 months. Never again. For now, we can all, not me, not you watching right now, the scrapes and the scraps, they can start their fasting routine, begging for forgiveness, repenting for having supported Azruddin, voted for win. They can start the process. And I'm sure they would find some amount of forgiveness and God will extend mercy on their miserable souls. But as it relates to their boss, he's done. It's bye-bye. That's it. Now, there isn't anything else I have to deal with. That's it for today. And like I've said before, share this broadcast. I want to hear from you how proud you are of your government, of your president. And he has 4 more years. It's a long way from now. By the end of Ali's second term, a lot of your children will have their degrees, their diplomas. A lot of them in the next 4 years. Thanks to the free education system. Thanks to all that Ali has done for his country in the next 4 years. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. The prize is President Irfan Ali. He is the prize. He is the best that has come for Guyana. He is our best. We can't wait for any other best. We have the best right now. All we have to do is to make it great. And I have said, Prince Ali is the greatest president in Guyana's history. Thank you, Anil Nandalal, for acknowledging that. I think you're sliming. Anil, I think you're sliming. But thank you for saying that President Irfan Ali's term has delivered more judicial appointment in the history of Guyana's independence. That's a fact. That is a fact. But thank you, Attorney General, for pointing it out. You're back on my good graces. You're back on my good graces. Not for the president's stuff, but you're back on my good graces for acknowledging that. Anyway, thanks for your attention. I'm not going to talk about the books today, because when I talk about the books, people get angry. Yeah, people get angry, literally get angry, because I'm telling them to read. And nobody wants to hear about reading. So I won't talk about the books today. I'm not going to say, go to Amazon.com, Prince Ali and the President, buy a copy of the book. I'm not going to say that. I wouldn't say it. Because people get upset when I'm talking about reading, studying, researching. Nobody wants to hear that. Okay? Just share the life. Goodbye.